This game is all about popping bubbles. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but I'm in it for the long haul. I see a bubble, I click a bubble. Bubble pops, we make money. Right now we're making $1 per pop, it looks like. What I do know is that this game, at least according to the Steam store page, is going to get absolutely out of control. And this is relaxing, and I need it. I've been playing a new ARPG that just dropped today. Well, technically yesterday, called Crystal Fall, and it has been stressing me out. So I've been looking forward to this moment right here all day. Pupple Bubble. I click this, and I don't know what that does actually. I could afford another one. Pupple Bubble. Is that just, oh, that just adds extra bubbles. Okay, well, it'd be nice to know what it does if I could hover over it. But you know what? That's fine. We'll figure it out. Much like any game, you just gotta figure it out. And right now, I'm pretending this is my bubble wrap, and I am popping this for absolute pleasure and relaxation. Have you ever done that? Have you ever just grabbed a thing of bubble wrap? Like maybe you bought something off of Amazon, or you were a little kid or whatever, and just sat there and popped every single bubble in the bubble wrap, and you just were not satisfied until every single bubble was popped? Yep, that's me right now. Okay, so at what point do we actually start making more money per pop? Unlock O2. Okay. What does that do? 4. 8. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know what that does, but we're getting oxygen, I guess. For what purpose? I'm not sure. Maybe once that gets to a certain threshold, something happens? No idea. I'm just here to pop bubbles and relax. Yeah, so Crystal Fall, if you haven't played it yet, honestly, it needs more time to cook. It's missing a lot. It's very clunky. The servers are terrible right now. It's just in a very bad spot and just not worth playing. For me in particular, I got frustrated because I was making a... Oh, here we go. We got enough for a copper bubble. So let's do that. Oh, that's worth 2. It looks like. Let's see. We've got 126, 128. Yep. So those guys are worth 2. Cool. Anyways, yeah. So the servers for Crystal Fall have just been an absolute crap show. And you know, you kind of have to expect it. That's pretty much any ARPG on launch. I mean, Wolcen, Diablo. I mean, there's so many games that's just on launch. The servers are like, nope. Anthem, looking at you. But this one has been particularly bad. Been a really bad launch. But you know what? I can forgive it for that. It's fine. It happens. It's a small indie dev studio. They didn't realize what they were getting themselves into, much like the Wolcen team. They had no idea. I mean, they had a little bit of an idea. They knew they had over 100,000 wish lists, but anyways, you guys aren't here to listen to me complain about Crystal Fall. The only thing I will say about it is my build in particular was very frustrating because I was trying to build out a glass cannon, which, you know, you would expect a glass cannon to... Let's get another copper bubble and a few more Pupple bubbles. So the glass cannon build, you expect, okay, you're gonna die a lot. That's fine. But, and that my build was doing that successfully. It was dying a lot. What it wasn't succeeding at was the cannon part. I just was not doing damage, and I sat there and I crafted weapons in every zone, and I think there are some affixes that just aren't working, like +1 to all skill levels or whatever, if I had to guess, is not working, because I had like +7 skill levels for my skill, and I took everything off that was giving me skill levels, and the damage numbers didn't change. So let it cook, and you know, we'll go back and we'll try it again. But Suffice to say, the people that were excited to watch me play a Crystal Fall video, I'm sorry to say, that video is not going to come out for some time. Anyways, let's pop some more bubbles. Oh, we can get a silver bubble now. So let's see, we're at 704, and now we're at 708. So the silver bubbles are worth double that of the copper bubbles, that are worth double that of the pupple bubbles. Okay, I get it. Oh, now we can purchase a gold bubble. Interesting. Oh, there's a shop too, and a skill tree. You know, let's look at the skill tree. Hover to pop bubbles. No clicks needed. Well, before I look at anything else, let's give that a try. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Save my fingers from playing Crystal Fall all day. Okay, let's see what other kind of cool upgrades we can get. Pupple Bubble Income Gap +5 raises max level for income upgrades. Okay, sure. And this way we've got a Guppy stock capacity +10 increase max items buyable from the shop. Okay, sure, whatever. Oh, are we broke? Oh, we're broke. Okay, let's just hover some bubbles. Hover the bubbles, and let's buy a Guppy. I don't know what the Guppy do. The Guppy just runs into bubbles. Okay. Well, I appreciate you, little guy. You keep doing your job. Maybe it'll get to the... Oh, we got a red Guppy this time. So I'm sure it'll get to the point to where I could just sit back and idle and just let everything get popped automatically. I look forward to that. All right, let's go check out the skill tree again. What do we have over this way? Man, I kind of appreciate this. The fact that, like, no upgrade is, like, particularly, like, egregiously more expensive. Okay, maybe I lied a little bit. But it's kind of just, like, letting us wander off into whatever direction we kind of want to go. That's not bad, honestly. Gain more oxygen with every pop. Well, I don't know what the oxygen... Oh. Oxygen is required for the skill tree, not money. I see. Well, we definitely want that. Okay. And then 1.5k for the next one. I say we save up for that. So we pop bubbles. Now we get a lot more oxygen. Let's get some gold bubble. Never mind. We'll get some more purple bubbles. So now we need to save up for 1.5k. So I tell you what, I'll do that. I'll just sit here, go in Zen mode, and pop some of these bubbles. And I won't buy anything else until I come back. And we're going to get that extra income upgrade. And there we go. We've got enough to come in here now and buy this guy. So the next one's 2.3k. But that's fine. So it's been, I don't know about you guys, but I've had a kind of stressful week. And this is definitely much needed. And you know what? I can recommend this. I'm already feeling the relaxation going from my head to my toes. It's so satisfying. Yeah, so whatever stressors you've had this week, feel free to just sit back, take a deep breath in, and slowly breathe out, and let the bubble popping just flow through you and relax you. Oh man. Yeah, so we've got a tractor. Alright, we're sitting on 10 acres out in the middle of nowhere, and 'tis the season, the grass is growing, and we do have sheep, but the sheep do not eat fast enough to keep up with the grass that grows here in this clay. And our tractor, the bush hog that goes on our tractor, a certain component of it that I do not know the name of it, is irreparable. So at the moment we're just trying to sell off some of the other equipment and trailers and stuff that we just have sitting around. We have, you know, some things are worth value, a couple $1,000s here or there, or whatever we just need to sell so we can get the bush hog going or buy a new mower or something. So we've got that going, and then we've got issues with plumbing. You know, it's just one of those things where, like, it rains, it pours, you know? Just kind of one thing after another. Oh, look, we've got enough. Let me go back into the skill tree. There we go. Okay, now we could probably stay away from that for a little while. And then our next upgrades can go into buying fun stuff. Let's get some bubbles that are worth a little bit more to pop. Get a couple of those guys. There we go. So now when we pop a golden bubble, let's see, we go from 625 to 6 something. I don't know. I guess they're worth about 16 or something like that. I couldn't really tell if the two little guppies that we have popped any bubbles. Alright, now we've saved up close to 3 grand. Let's go ahead and hit that 3 grand mark. There we go. Let's see if we could find any fun stuff in here. What is this? More bubbles can merge, multiplying resources. Reduces the delay between pops. Increases max items buyable from the shop. What is this guy? +5 raises max level for income upgrades. Well, we haven't really gotten very many, I guess. Reduces the delay between pops. +10 increases max items buyable from the shop. Increases the size of the pop area. Okay. Alright, I was kind of hoping that would lead to something else, but I guess I gotta buy... I guess I gotta buy another one for that. Okay, alright. Raises... Okay, I'm gonna buy this to see what all that expands out into. It expands out into a lot. A lot of stuff. And we can afford... reduce delay between pops and plus another 5 items. Max buyable from the shop. Okay. Alright, well we've got some money we could spend. Oh, okay, I see. So that's what that does. Alright, well let's buy some silver bubbles. They're worth quite a bit. Yeah, so now we're making money and oxygen a lot faster. I don't know what else we're gonna get. I think there's pufferfish in this game. Mainly because there is an option, if I go over to audio, for pufferfish sounds. So I can only assume that they're probably really loud. And there's a reason that there's a direct volume slider just for those. But I'm anxious to see what they do. I can only imagine. In my head, they probably just blow up into like their big spiky form and just kind of roll around the screen and their thorns pop the bubbles. That's my guess. But I have no idea. If you have a guess and you haven't seen this game played and you haven't played this game before, then by all means drop it in the comments section, and when we get to that point, you know, we'll see if you were right or not. That's my guess. But I have no idea. I didn't really look at the Steam store page. I did, obviously, because I bought the game. I just seen that it was an incremental game. It looked really cute. And I didn't really pay attention. I'm just like, you know what? Poppin' bubbles? Sign me up. Matter of fact, if there's a incremental, and I'm sure there is, because there's an incremental for everything. If there's an incremental for just poppin' bubble wrap, yo, I should have looked for that. I'd totally do that too. Alright, where are we up to? Oh, we're almost up to 4K. Alright, let's get 4,000 oxygen. Just like that. And we'll go look at the skill tree again. What do we have here? Okay, now that I'm actually paying attention and reading, this is Pupple Bubble Cap max levels, and this is copper, and this is silver. So when I buy this, we can currently buy 50 silver bubbles, but now, once I buy that, we can buy 50 silver bubble income cap raises max level for income upgrades. Oh, there's an upgrade screen. Oh, okay. All right, well, at least we figured this out before I got too deep into the game. Oh, now we're really making money. Okay. All right, well, let's focus on that for just a moment and see if I can't get a few more of these upgrades going. We need 1.45. We need $1.5 grand for that one. That's all right. We're almost there. Just a couple more pops. And call it 3, 2, boom. Give me that copper upgrade. So now those are worth 6. And the Pupple Bubbles are worth 5. Okay, what's the gold one worth? 24. Alright, what else can we get in the skill tree? Alright, I've made the decision. Let's focus on the early game stuff first and stop trying to jump ahead, I guess. So we will Pupple Bubble Merge Synergy. We'll get this guy. So now we have plus 100% chance for bubbles to merge, multiplying resources. And we can also get max items buyable from the shop. So that's capacity. So we can currently buy, let's see, 55 Pupple Bubbles. I'm assuming that's what this is. I buy this, and now we can buy 60. Okay, understood. Well, let's get some more of these guys. As many as we can. And now we can just swipe across the screen. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. I'm wondering if at some point we're going to need damage. Like the platinum bubbles, are they going to be harder to pop than the gold bubbles? Because right now, I feel like this is pretty easy. I can just kind of go crazy with my mouse and just pop everything on the screen. That's not really the way I want to play it, though. I'm kind of having fun just twirling my mouse around the screen. No sense to rush things, you know what? Just take it easy. Take a slow ride. And just relax. You know, it's a good day for just relaxing. But we do have more money, which means more upgrades. We'll grab that. Oh, that's maxed out. Okay, so now they're worth $6 each. They're worth just as much as the copper bubbles. Okay. And we've got $4,000, which means we could probably buy something. Reduce the delay between pops, gain more. We'll get the more oxygen, and raise max level for income upgrades. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit that a couple of times. So now we can get up to 15 upgrades, which we can hit again and again. There we go. So now each one is worth 8. Okay. All right. I see you. A few Pupple Bubble pops later, and we're up to 6,000, which means we can hit this twice. So now they're worth $10 each, it looks like. Yeah, $10 each for each of those white little Pupple Bubbles. That's just fun to say. Pupple Bubble. I'm trying to be careful the way I say it, though, because if I say Pupple Bubble, like the way I want to pronounce it, I have a feeling that my microphone is not going to like it. And I have a pop filter on it, but it's still going to pick up the P sounds, you know? So I'm trying to be careful the way I say Pupple Bubble, but it is really fun to say. Try it yourself right now, out loud. Pupple Bubble. I don't care if you're like on a subway listening with earphones or sitting at your desk in your office. Just say Pupple Bubble. People might look at you kind of crazy, but I assure you, it's pretty fun to say. Pupple Bubble. Anyways, we've got... Oh, we're making a ton of money. Let's bump up the income. So now they're worth 12 each. Look at that. Okay. And we have a ton of... You know what? Let's go to the skill tree, because we've got... we're falling behind here. What does this guy down here do? A bullet bubble. What is a bullet bubble? Well, considering we haven't unlocked it yet, maybe I shouldn't worry about it, but we can get area expansion, so now our pop size is even bigger than ever before. Okay, cool. And let's jack that up again. Now the Pupple Bubbles are worth 13. Very cool, very cool. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, oh, let's hit that again. So these are worth 14 each. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I've been getting a lot of like Russian viewers to the channel and stuff. And people from all around the world, which is awesome to see. It is so cool to see just people from all over the world able to enjoy the content that I make. It feels really nice. But when I sit here and tell them to say Pupple Bubble, if YouTube tries to like translate that, I have no idea what it's going to translate to, and I'm actually a little scared. If you're a Russian viewer and you're watching this in the auto Russian translated I don't know, voice over or whatever it is that YouTube does automatically. And the caption, like, did it actually say Pupple Bubble like it says up here on my screen? Like, is that what it said, or did it try to translate it into something that was really weird? If so, I'm incredibly sorry. There's nothing I could do about it. But I assure you, if you can try and figure out how to pronounce it, it's pretty fun. Alright, let's hit that again and again. So now they're worth 16 each. We're making more money than ever before. And we also have points that we can spend in the upgrade tree. Let's go back over here. I don't know what a point these max out, but I guess we can hit this guy again. Maybe a couple of times. Oh, there we go. It's maxed out. Okay. More oxygen with every pop. Very important. I guess we can reduce the delay between pops. And that's about all we can afford. But more importantly, we can now jack up the income. So now they're worth 17 each. And within no time, we'll have enough to jack it up again, making them worth 18 each. The money goes up so fast. I don't know the delay between the pops, like that upgrade that we just got over here. This guy reduced the delay between pops. I don't really know what that does because like I'm popping them just as fast as I can swipe over them. So I'm not really sure what that upgrade does for us, but I know what this one does. It makes the bubbles worth 19 now. I could listen to this all day. And you know the funny thing is I don't even have the music turned on. You can see I got the music volume turned off because I'm not sure if it's going to be a copy strike claim. It is as stressful as this week has been. I don't need to add more stress by going in and having to take down a video and re-upload it to put a different soundtrack behind it. And I ain't got time for all that jazz. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to turn the music off in-game and then I'll add music in post. And so I'm just, well, all I'm trying to say is for me, for you guys are going to have music in the background. But for me, I don't have music. It's just the sweet, sweet sounds of popping. And I dig it. All right, let's send that up a few more times. So now the white bubbles, the Pupple bubbles, are worth 21 each. And we've got 12,000 oxygen that we can go spend over here somewhere. Yeah, I still don't know what that does. Maybe we'll hold off on that one. I don't think that reduces like the respawn rate. I mean, maybe here. Let's just put a couple points into it and see if we notice a difference. Like maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Another point in the income, so now they're worth 22 each. Yeah, I can't really tell what that upgrade did. Inconclusive. Oh, that one's already maxed out. Okay. I would like to get a few points in the copper income while it's kind of like on par, just because we do have some copper bubbles. And maybe I'll do the same thing with silver bubbles. So a silver bubble is worth 14 and a copper is worth 12. So just kind of like getting them in line cost-wise with each other. And then we can also stick some more in there. So we can let's add a couple more gold and silver and copper until we basically run out. Something like that. And then we can toss in another silver one or two. Some more copper ones. Yeah, so now we're going to start earning money so quickly. It's going to be ridiculous. We could save up and buy our first platinum bubble too. I'm kind of curious what its base value is just worth. But I'm not that curious enough. Like, we've got the money now to buy a platinum bubble, but honestly, I'd rather just buy some gold bubbles and maybe some guppies. Sounds good. Get another couple guppies. Let's max those guys out. I wonder how many different colors we can get. I see red. There's a few red, orange, green. Oh, there's a purple one. The purple one's kind of neat. And, oh, we got an orange one. Okay. Surely there's some upgrades in the skill tree for the guppies, right? Maybe move speed or cooldown. Because you see every time they hit a bubble, they like pause for a moment. Like they get stunned. Like maybe they're just taking it in like, oh god, that was so fun, and just like enjoying the moment from popping a bubble. I don't know. At either rate, there's probably some upgrades I would have to guess for them to like not get stunned as often. Let's see, what else can we get? We can get 400% more bubbles can merge synergy, whatever that does. And we'll go ahead and bring that down to 0.24 seconds and stock capacity a couple times. So now we could buy even more bubbles. Let's see how many we can add to the screen. Oh boy. Oh, it's starting to get out of control. Okay, so they do respawn. There's like, obviously there's a max number, right? Right now we can have 52 on screen. But their respawn rate, maybe that is what this is, so if we get this, maybe that makes them respawn faster. Because there can be so many on the screen at once. And I think only so many can respawn at one time. So that's probably what that's for. Let's hit that a few times. Now we can have 66 of these guys on screen, which is good because they're my main moneymaker right now. Sure, they might only be worth like $14 a bubble pop. A Pupple bubble pop. It's so fun to say. But there's so many of them. And they're so easy to hit. Like, I pretty much can't put my mouse cursor anywhere without popping a bubble. Alright, let's see. Upgrades. Let's raise the income a little bit more. So now they're worth 25 each? Wow, that's scaled. Is it 25? Yeah. It looks like they can crit too somehow. Oh, maybe that's from the merging. That's the merge mechanic that makes them worth more. Okay, yeah, because we got this guy down here that makes them merge. So now it's 900% more bubbles can merge, multiplying resources. And then I guess stock capacity can go up. Sure, we'll do that a couple times. I'm not sure at what point that maxes out, but now we can buy even more of these guys, which is getting really expensive. It's now $12,000 to add another one of those to the shop. Seems a bit much when we can just add in like a whole bunch of copper bubbles until our heart's content. Oh yeah. Oh, this is just getting absolutely ridiculous already, and I love it. More copper bubbles, a silver bubble. Look how quickly our income is going up. Like if I just do this and just drain our resources, we've got 1.5k left, and then like one full swipe across the screen from top to bottom, and we're already up to 20,000. Like that's insane. Absolutely insane. I wonder if I can like draw letters in it. If I let them spawn, I could do like an A, sort of. Surely I could do an O. Hey, look, I'm just sitting here trying to have fun with this, okay? Let's get more copper bubbles. Another few silver bubbles. There we go. Oh, I keep forgetting that we have so many different places. We've got these upgrades over here. We've got the shop. We've got all of this oxygen that we should probably go spend since we're up to 50,000. So now 1,600%, 2,500%. That is maxed out. So now we're going to get a ton of those Pupple Bubbles merging. And then Pupple Bubble stock capacity can go up. Wow, that's still not maxed. That's crazy. So we could buy even more of those guys. Oh, look, you can actually watch them merge. When they merge, they get bigger. Which, I mean, makes sense. When bubbles merge in real life, they get bigger. Huh. Very cool, very cool. Have you ever seen, like, street performers do, like, I don't know what you call it. Not like a magic trick or anything, but, like, tricks with bubbles. Where they'll get, like, the big wands and they'll, like, walk in the bubbles. Or, like, you know, put it around them, and some of them will like blow smoke at them and like fill them with different colored smoke and just do all kinds of cool little tricks with them. If you haven't seen any of that, I highly recommend just like pulling up some videos on YouTube and checking it out, because there's some very talented people out there with just bubbles. It's insane. It's not something that you like really think about. Like, oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna get skilled at? I want to get skilled at making bubbles and playing with them and twisting them and doing fun little tricks with them. I don't know. It's just not something that you really think about. But then you see it and it's kind of mind-blowing. Like, wow, you actually spent who knows how many hundreds or thousands of hours into perfecting your bubble craft, essentially. It's wild. But I think the first time I seen someone doing that, I believe I was in Prague, in the Czech Republic, or whatever that country is called now. If I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. That country's been going through a lot of changes and stuff. The last time I was there, I believe it was the Czech Republic. Anyways, Prague. You know what I'm talking about. But there were street performers everywhere. There was this bridge where, you know, artists would sit and just paint and sculpt. And like, not even people just asking for money, just out there on the bridge overlooking the water, and just doing their thing. And then there were people in the square by the clock. There was a big clock on a church. I can't remember the name of it now. Again, forgive me, it's been so long since I've been there. But they'd just be out there in the square, like just doing all kinds of stuff. Anyways, we're up to 100,000 of these guys. So let's hit that and max that out, and hopefully max that one out. There we go. Now we can start working on the copper, I guess. I don't know what we should go for. I guess more oxygen with every pop. We can max that out, and may as well hit that one too. So, yep, that's good. And we should probably spend our $500,000 that we've earned from making bubbles into some kind of upgrades as well. Do we just buy more of these guys, or do we upgrade? Probably upgrade the value, right? Because we've got a ton of copper. So let's upgrade the copper. Oh, that's maxed. We need to... copper, which one's the copper income? This guy? Copper bubble income cap? Yep. Alright, we'll hit that a few times. Oh, that one's maxed out. Okay, so now we should be able to buy more of the income. Oh, you know what? We're actually one off from maxing out that. Okay. So, I have no idea what the base value... Let's see. Alright, the Pupple bubbles are worth 26 base, it looks like. And the copper... If I can get one to spawn, looks like it's 54 right now. Okay, so that makes it go up to 56, I'm assuming. If I could find... Nope, 57. 57 it looks like. Okay, so if I hit it again... Now... Let's see. It's really hard to tell. There's so many bubbles on screen. It looks like 60. Okay, yeah, it's 60. And then we may as well, because it's cheap enough, we can upgrade the silver income as well. Oh, yeah. Anyways, have you ever been to any interesting places like that? Like, I don't know, some of you probably, like, live in Prague. Or, you know, somewhere in, like, a big city that's, you know, very tourist-focused. Like London, or Rome, or Venice, or... You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe Varna, Bulgaria. Something like that. Like a big... capital city, or just a big touristy spot. So you guys are you probably see it every day and you're just like, yeah, whatever, you're crazy. But as someone who lives out in the country, you know, and doesn't get to see that kind of stuff, when you do travel to a bigger city, it's really interesting to see. Alright, let's upgrade the income a little bit more. And we're almost back up to 100,000 oxygen. So let's go check out the skill tree for that. Let's see. Actually, do I want to increase my AoE again? It's only 9k. Yeah, let's do that. We maxed that out, so now our... Oh my. Okay, that made a difference. Now we can really pop some bubbles. Holy moly. I wonder if we can make it to where there's no bubbles on screen. Ugh, come on. We could do it. No bubbles. Nope, not gonna happen. We're just gonna take our time and relax. That is crazy though. Holy cow, that made a massive difference. Wow, okay, let's max out our copper. Oh, the screen got bigger when we maxed out the copper bubbles. Interesting. So if we do this for the Pupple bubbles, we need a lot more money though. Holy cow. It's $37,000 just for one upgrade. Now it's $41,000. I mean, luckily we're earning money really quickly. That's just kind of wild. I feel like it's almost better to not spend it. Like, it's only $2,000 for silver bubbles. Like, let's just fill up on those, you know? I mean, obviously they're not worth anywhere near as much as the Pupple bubbles are, because we didn't put a whole bunch of points into the income. But we're back up to $100,000 in oxygen. Let's go spend some more points. I want to know what this does. Bullet bubble stock effect. All right, I'm just gonna buy it and see. Did it add? Oh, here we go. It did. It added a bullet bubble. So what do you do? The fastest bubble in the pond is yours. Okay. Let's see if I can find one. Let me just add another one. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can figure out exactly what it's worth. 29 maybe? See if I can carve a path around this guy. If I can. I couldn't tell. Somewhere between like 60 and 100 or something. Alright, so just buying that, put it in our store. Interesting. Huh. So I guess we could buy more of them. Increase... Oh, they fire off bullets? I didn't even notice that. So let's increase that. So now if we find one, I want to see the bullets being fired from them. I want to know what we're working with. Oh. Gotta wait for another one to spawn. Didn't quite catch it. Okay, there's some up... Oh! There's like... I see they're like little triangles now because we upgraded it. So if I hit this guy... Oh, come on. Come on. I still couldn't tell. Alright, clear out the area around it. Okay, I kinda seen it that time. Yeah, they shoot off little projectiles. Okay. You just really gotta look for it and focus on it, but I see it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pop more bubbles per chain before cooldown. Alright, sounds good. Raises max level for multiplier upgrades. Okay, we'll hit that a couple times. Reduce the delay between pops. I can only assume that doing that just makes them spawn faster. So let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay. So they're definitely spawning a lot faster now. We're gonna start getting some chain reaction stuff. It's gonna start going crazy. This is wild. It's also very interesting that the skill tree just kind of lets us go really in whatever direction we want to. Here's the guppy stuff. Pufferfish stock. We could buy a pufferfish. Actually, is it time? It might be time. Oh yeah, here we go. Guppy cooldown rate. Reduce the delay between pops. Tell you what, let's save up for pufferfish. We're not too far away. We'll get there in no time. In the meantime, we can fill up the screen with more Pupple bubbles. Try and max that guy out. Now we've got 94 of these guys on screen. And at the rate we earn money, yeah, we should be able to max that out in no time at all. All right, we've saved up almost $500,000, which hopefully will be enough to max this out. I wanted to do it while I was recording just to see if the screen zoomed out, and it did not. So it zoomed out at a certain threshold. So at some point we get so many bubbles that it fills the screen. So I guess I got to be careful not to pause OBS and like accidentally, which I shouldn't accidentally click these guys because I don't have to click to pop bubbles anymore. I just hover and they pop, which is super awesome, and I genuinely appreciate it. Especially after today, playing an ARPG can really do some wear and tear on your clicky finger, you know? Alright, do we want to maybe work on upgrades now instead of buying more bubbles? Maybe make them worth a bit more, you know? Bullet multiplier. Sure. Had that a few times. I think that's directly related to the bullet bubbles value and not how many well, I think that's just a income multiplier, kind of like just the rest of them. So let's do that as much as we can and maybe go spend our points and upgrade the copper bullets, or do we want to go into... Oh yeah, the pufferfish. That's right, we were waiting for the pufferfish. Let's see, reduce the delay between pops. Pop more bubbles per chain before cooldown. Okay, we'll hit that a couple times and hit that once. Now we got a pufferfish somewhere. If I hit that, does that... Okay, I was kind of hoping that would hide the screen. Do you guys see a pufferfish anywhere? Do I need to buy the pufferfish? I do need to buy the pufferfish. That makes sense. Oh yeah, look at him go! Yeah, it's exactly what I said. He just inflates and then pop, pop, pop. Oh, we can only buy one though. Oh, look at that little guy. He's so cute. He's just having so much fun just bouncing around. You know what? I feel that, bro. I'm having fun just popping bubbles too. Look at him, he's just having the time of his life. And he's popping the bullet bubbles too. Oh man, that's awesome. I want to get some more upgrades for this guy, but I feel like that's probably not where we should be focusing our efforts. We can start merging the copper bubbles, and popping this triggers a random bubble pop. Oh, that's an interesting upgrade. Okay, we'll get that. Oh, that's very cool. I can actually see and feel that happening. Very neat, very neat. Alright, let's increase their value again. And then I'll just sit here watching this little pufferfish guy, just having the time of his life, and I'll earn some income, and we'll be right back. Alright, I had to stop the recording because this is a monumentous occasion. For the first time ever, we're at $1 million. Look at that. Oh, how far we've come. Alright, let's focus on the income again. And those are maxed out, so let's find the copper. Oh, that is maxed out. That's why it disappeared. Okay, makes sense. We can get more oxygen per pop. Actually, should we do that on the silver ones too? We do have quite a few silver bubbles. Nah, let's focus on the copper, one thing at a time. Alright, let's get the delay so they spawn more frequently. I can only assume that that's what that does, and then get it to where we could buy some more of these guys, even though we can't really afford to buy a whole bunch of them, but we do have $1 million. Let's see how far it can get us. Well, there we go. We maxed it out. Okay. We may as well bring these as far as we can, and these as well. Oh, there we go. $1 million gone, just like that. Crazy. But now we've got more bubbles than ever before. I was kind of expecting the screen to zoom out on that one, but I guess not. Okay. Something tells me, because of the way this game looks, I'm gonna have to encode this into that other special encoding format. Basically, like, upscale it to 4K. Because if I don't, something tells me this video is going to be unwatchable, based off of what some lovely user in the Discord linked me to, and we had a long conversation about in the Discord. Apparently, games like this, kind of like, do you know how confetti, well, I don't know if you've actually ever paid attention to it. If you've ever watched a live stream, right, like maybe you were watching an esports event, maybe you're into CSGO or Rocket League or something like that, and you were watching an esports event, like a championship, and at the end of the event, they blew confetti up in the air, or maybe you were watching the ball drop in Times Square, you know, in New York, and they have confetti going. Have you ever noticed that confetti just absolutely destroys the stream? It just absolutely destroys the encoder. And I think that's kind of what's going on, the gist of it, as far as when you upload a video to YouTube, YouTube is prioritizing like 4K videos, so they're giving them better bit rates. And I've been only uploading in 1080p. And once I was made aware of that was happening on YouTube, I upscaled one video to 4K, but my render time went from like 5 to 10 minutes for a typical video up to like 3 hours or something like that. Like, it was ridiculous. And I have a feeling that this is also going to be a long video, but I'm going to go ahead and try and upscale this one too. And hopefully it doesn't look terrible and it's actually watchable. But something tells me, because of how long this video is going to be, that I'm probably going to have to set it to encode and then just go to sleep, because my computer is going to be completely unusable, and I can't use hardware acceleration. I use DaVinci Resolve for my video editing software, and they don't allow you the option for hardware acceleration for the rendering process unless you've paid for like the full version of Resolve Studio or whatever, and it's like $300. That's one of those things that I'm going to invest in, because there's a lot of features that I'm missing from the full version that I would like to get, just so that the quality of my videos could be better. And plus, I like learning stuff, but mainly I want to make better content. So I just haven't went door dashing enough, essentially, to to get the $300 to buy the studio version. So as soon as YouTube sends me that first sweet check, it's gonna be a few $100. I will probably use that money to invest into the full version of DaVinci Resolve, but we haven't crossed that bridge yet. And I need to buy a new cell phone. That's another one of the stressful things that happened this week. Remember I said it rains, it pours. It's just like one thing after another. My cell phone screen just decided to stop working. And try as I might, like I took it apart to see, okay, maybe a cable, the ribbon cable or something came loose. Nope. Because I've taken it apart before. It's a Pixel 7 XL. And I had to take it apart because I was mowing the lawn on the tractor, and I left it over by the grill, like on a table outside by our swimming pool. We've got one of those like above ground swimming pools. And anyways, it was fine where it was at for a minute, but I'd forgot about it. And the sun moved in the sky and the shade shifted, and then it got direct sunlight for who knows how long, probably like a half an hour or something like that. And it caused the battery to swell. So I had to buy a new battery, and the screen was cracked anyway, so I was like, alright, whatever. I just bought a new battery, and let's finish this conversation in a minute, because I just realized we've got $2.4 million, so let's buy some bubbles. There we go, maxed out on the gold bubbles. Let's, oh, we can't actually... Alright, let's go to the skill tree first, and see... Let's see, are these the silver bubbles? That's the silver bubble income cap. Alright, let's hit that a couple times, and then I still want to invest in the copper bubbles as much as we can, try and max this out, make them spawn more frequently. There we go. So now we can raise, there we go, spent the rest of our money. But yeah, so the phone swelled, the battery swelled, so I bought a new battery and replaced the screen in the battery, and it was fine, you know. It's not the first time I've taken electronics apart to repair them myself. I do it all the time. I'm pretty good at it. As long as you've got a tutorial or at least a diagram in front of you. Like the main thing when taking a phone apart is you have to be careful, especially with smartphones in particular. You have to be careful which side of the screen the ribbon cable is on, because you don't want to like rip it because they're very fragile. Anyways, long story short, I took the phone apart the other day just to see if maybe the ribbon cable came loose or something. Nope, I think the screen just went out. And I can hear every notification sound and email and everything else coming through. And it was just annoying me. So I stuck it in the living room, far away from my bedroom, so I didn't have to hear it going off, and hopefully the battery will die eventually. So, anyways, yeah, I gotta buy a new phone. So no door dashing for me this weekend. I guess I could technically borrow my mom's phone and like swap out SIM cards, and then it would probably work. But I can't just like log into the DoorDash app on my mom's phone and go to work. I would definitely have to like swap out the SIM card because it's like tied to the phone number, but I haven't tried it yet. So, c'est la vie. I'd rather be here learning how to edit my videos better and making content for you guys anyways. So, here we are. Silver income can go up a few times. There we go. We got 5 upgrades. So now the silver bubbles are worth 78, I think. Hard to tell. They're worth a lot. Big number, get bigger. I guess you can really just kind of tell by the number in the upper right hand corner. If you pay attention to how quickly that grows, you'll see that every upgrade we buy in this game gets progressively more and more worth it. Speaking of which, we can what is this guy? Oh yeah, the random bubble pop thing. That's cool. Oh, that's now maxed out. That's kind of crazy. 57,000 auction and not a whole lot we could do with it. Plus 10 to max. Okay, oh, that's the guppies. We could buy more guppies. We can get their multiplier, their cooldown. Let's see. Here's the bullet stuff. So if we buy more of the bullets, we could now buy more bullet bubbles. Yeah, there we go. Oh, those are getting expensive. 165 grand per bubble. That's kind of nuts. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we go back to focusing on the copper bubbles for a bit. At some point, I'm assuming our screen is going to zoom out again. And I can only assume that it's tied to the maximum number of bubbles, because we maxed out the Pupple bubbles, and we could buy 100 of those, and that didn't make the screen zoom out again. It felt kind of random when it zoomed out, but I feel like it's just straight up tied to the total number of bubbles we buy. Yeah, so at some point we should zoom out again. Just not sure how long it's going to take us to get there. But they are getting really expensive, aren't they? I guess considering they're so expensive, we could buy our very first platinum bubble. Let's see. We'll go all in on the platinum bubbles. Let's see if I can figure out what they're worth. 107? 297? No, 100 and... let's see. 107. Okay. So the platinum bubbles base value is 107. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Especially considering they're 55 grand each. Oh, we could buy emerald bubbles now. You know what? Let's do it. Let's just go ahead and buy an emerald bubble. Let's see. Where is the emerald bubble? I don't know what it looks like. Maybe I need a couple more. It's just like a darker green. Oh, here's one up here. Alright, let's see if I could see what its value is. Oh, never mind. Alright, we need another emerald bubble to spawn in a location where I can see its value. Oh, there's one right over here. Couldn't tell. Okay. We'll wait for another one. 224. I think I just seen one pop. Let's see. Here's one. Oh, couldn't tell. Too many numbers. Too many numbers on the screen. Let's just say that they're worth a lot, and they're probably worth it. And you know what? We can get some ruby bubbles as well. Maybe we'll be able to figure out what a ruby bubble's worth. They sure are a lot easier to spot. I can tell you that, because they're like a red. Oh well. All right. Here's another one. Nope, couldn't tell. Here's another one over here. Let me clear this area out a little bit. 980. Okay. Yeah, maybe that should have been the play all along, instead of like trying to just min-max. Yeah, just buy like the most expensive whatever we can. And that seems to do the trick. I was just trying to take my time and enjoy the game, you know? But I think we should focus on oxygen. So let's do that. We'll try and max out the oxygen, guys. Alright, so this is for the gold bubble. And that's the... where's the oxygen? Here we go. More oxygen with those. And then we could buy the platinum bubble. And then the oxygen is... this guy? Nope, that's the merge cooldown. Oh, it's this guy. Okay. Alright, so let's focus on that. I'll focus on all of the oxygen capacity. Because we're making money. We're making income pretty quickly. We're almost at the point where we can even buy the next bubble up, which is a sapphire bubble, which is kind of crazy. So we may as well do that. You know what? Blue's my favorite color anyways. And we're almost there. And done. Alright, let's see if I can figure out... Let's see if I can see what the sapphire bubble's worth. Wait for another one to spawn. Oh, I was going to say wait for another one to spawn, but it spawned right underneath my cursor. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, let's see if I can... Did that say almost 3K? I think that sapphire bubble's worth 3,000. Holy moly. Okay. Yeah, so we should be earning money really quickly. Alright, let's see if we can't go back to min-maxing some of this oxygen. So let's buy all the oxygen upgrades in order. That one's already done, right? So now we need this one. So, okay. The next upgrade's 120,000. We're almost there. Just a few more bubble pops. And we've got it. So now oxygen, 180k for the next one. Okay, not bad. Maybe we increase the income at this point. 215k, that's insane. Alright. We'll just, we'll buy whichever upgrades are the cheapest, I guess. Maybe go that route. So more platinum bubbles. And then there's another platinum bubble. Okay. I'm down with this. What did we need for the next upgrade? Was it like 120,000? I already forgot. Dude, I'm in like such a zen mode right now. I'm just so chill. I hope you're chilling too. You know what? You could be asleep right now. You know what? I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work very well. 180. That's what it was. It's okay. We're almost there. What if I was to just like play a game and not talk about the game at all? Like I could just record myself playing the game. There we go. More oxygen. 240 for the next one. Oof. But yeah, I could like record myself playing a game, but instead of talking about the game, I could just like voice over me reading like an old book, like War of the Worlds or something, you know? I wonder if anybody would actually watch that. It would have to be something that's in public domain. I couldn't just read something like from my favorite author, which, by the way, is Neil Gaiman. Well, he's one of my favorites, but yeah, he's up there. God, I love Neil Gaiman. His books are just so amazing. Anyways, yeah, okay, so favorite Neil Gaiman book, while we're on this subject, I guess, is Graveyard Book. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, The Graveyard Book, and it's been a long time since I've read it. But I've actually listened to him read it. You can go on YouTube, and he went to several different book readings, and each one, it's like each, I think there's like 5 different sections. Oh, there we go. We can buy the oxygen upgrade here, and that is now maxed out. So now we need 87,000 for that guy, which we're going to get to in a hurry. But let's buy some more bubbles. But yeah, so each Neil Gaiman reading his own book, The Graveyard Book, is in like several different like locations. So it's a little bit different each time, and the audio gets a little bit different because like the microphone and stuff that he uses is a little bit different, and it's a little distracting. But for me, hearing him read his own book, like he gets so in character, and he does such a good job at it. It's insane. Like I've actually listened to him read his book multiple times over. It just, man, I don't know. It tickles me. So good. In such a good spot. Okay, more oxygen. 250k for the next one. Wow, that's incredible. Alright. Oh, we can get diamond bubbles. Which, what are these colors, bro? Like, platinum looks like platinum. Emerald, I feel like could be a darker green than it currently is. And then diamond, that's about the same color as like the diamond sword from Minecraft. Like maybe that, the bottom, well, whatever, part of that bubble. Anyways, I feel like that could be a different, like the colors are just so similar. It's hard to tell them apart, but let's buy another sapphire bubble and some platinum bubbles. And we have enough to upgrade the oxygen gain again. So there we go. 380,000 for the next one. It's interesting having multiple resources to consider. Multiple different skill trees to go down. It's very interesting. It's not like most of the other incrementals I've played recently. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Me just sitting back and reading War of the Worlds or something again in public domain and just voicing over gameplay of a long incremental or something. I think it's an interesting idea. And a couple more bubble pops and we'll be at that 240k we need. There we go. Nope, it was 380k. It was 240 for the last one. Never mind. 140,000 more to go. Oh, we do have $1 million though. We could buy, I guess, some copper bubbles. Get those going. Buy another platinum bubble. Yeah, oh, we got enough. Okay, skill tree. No, it was 380. Man, I'm in such a zen mode. Like anything that I read is just going in one eyeball and out the other. Like it is not being registered by my wrinkles. 380. There we go. Boom. 575,000 for the next one. And we still have 2 upgrades to go on that, I think. Yeah, I think when we hover it, those little red dots that are hovering around the upgrade, I'm pretty sure that's how many of those upgrades you can buy. Yeah, so if I hover over something that's maxed, like this guy, you can see there's no bubbles, right? But this guy has, I don't know, that's like a dozen red bubbles, so we could buy that like a dozen times. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, I tell you what, let's maybe buy a couple more copper bubbles, because that's all we can afford. And I'll sit here and farm up some more resources, and then we'll do another big buy-off. I'll save up, I don't know, a couple $1 million maybe, and a whole bunch of oxygen, and we'll just buy a whole bunch of stuff at once. Okay, and we're back. I have saved up $7 million and 2.14 million oxygen, so let's first buy all the oxygen upgrades. So that's maxed out. That's pretty expensive. Let's hold off on that for right now, and let's buy as many copper bubbles as we can, just because I want that off the list. Wow, that did not go very far. It's $1 million for the next one. That's kind of insane. Alright, well instead I guess we could buy... Let's buy the cheaper ones first. There we go. Whatever bubble's least expensive we'll buy next, which I think is the bullet bubble will be next. Yep, there's the bullet bubble. Okay. Yeah, so there's another... I don't remember what I was last talking about. I was just kind of like mulling over the graveyard book and how cute it is. Well, I say cute. If you haven't read it before, I'll try and give you a synopsis without giving anything away. But it's about a baby who is raised in a graveyard by ghosts. And all of the ghosts have very unique and interesting personalities, and they're trying to protect him from the antagonist of the story. That's all I'll say. But it is a great read if you haven't read it. And another good one is Ocean at the End of the Lane. That's another one of my favorites by Neil Gaiman. Another one of my favorite artists is Dean Koontz. I've read a bunch of his books. I'm sure you've heard of him. He's pretty popular. He actually one of his books got made into a movie. That's one of my favorite books. I don't think the movie got adopted very well. I mean, that's pretty typical, right? Usually the books are always better because they have to like save time, so they end up like merging characters and stuff like that. Like I remember reading The Dreamcatcher by Stephen King and then seeing the Dreamcatcher movie, and I was so disappointed. Don't even get me started on that one. But no, the book that I was talking about by Dean Koontz specifically is Odd Thomas. It's a guy who can see ghosts, and one of the and talk to ghosts, and one of his best friends that's a ghost is Elvis. Yeah, he just hangs out with the ghost of Elvis. It's kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, Dean Koontz is another good one. But anyways, I digress. We're here to pop bubbles. So that's what we're going to do. And with our $2.54 million, we're going to buy more bullet bubbles. And that's max for now. A couple more ruby bubbles, emerald bubbles, and we're broke. But we do have 2 million oxygen that we could spend on something. I can't help but think maybe we should, like, I guess go this way. That's maxed out. I was kind of hoping that would unlock something else, but I guess I have to buy these other upgrades. So maybe we'll do that. No? Okay. Alright. Multiplier, so they'll be worth more money when I could buy them. More bullets fired. More pierce. More... Okay, those are all maxed out and I didn't go to anything new. Okay. Alright, well we've got to do something. We need to... Maybe we need to max out the bullet bubbles before we could buy the new thing for them. Interesting. Alright, well, what do we want to focus on next? Maybe more pufferfish or something? Oh, swordfish. We can get a swordfish. Okay, let's see what that guy does. He's at the bottom, $2.1 million. All right. Well, that shouldn't take any time at all to save up. And there we go, $2.1 million, and we got a swordfish. And there he goes, just zooming across the screen, popping bubbles. Where'd you go? Come back. Come back, Mr. Swordfish. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's got a really long cooldown. So at some point, this will be fully automated. Like if we go into more of the guppies, maybe we do that. It's kind of cheap enough. Let's, I guess max out the guppies. Reduce their delay between pops. We will, there we go, get the max multiplier going. And maybe we'll just focus on maxing out the guppies. That's going to get expensive, I can tell. Oh, I need an auto clicker. Oh, my poor finger. It's not even my finger. It's like the tendon that is responsible for making the finger flex and curl. I can't remember what it's called now, but anyways. There we go, 67, 68, 69. We got 69 guppies. Oh, look at them all. There's some purple ones. See the green ones in the background? That's more of like what I would imagine an emerald color to be. Oh, I guess there's actually a couple different colored green ones. There's like a darker green and a lighter green. Like a more vibrant color. There goes the swordfish again. Okay, alright, we'll buy some more. Try and knock these guys off the lists. Are there any upgrades for them specifically? There is. Guppy multiplier. Okay. There we go, that's at 20. So I'm assuming if the guppies pop the bubbles, it makes the bubbles they pop worth more? I can only assume. Raise that up a couple more times. That's maxed out. So now let's max out the guppies. I have no idea how much that's going to cost. We need to buy 25 more. Let's see if I can do some quick math in my head. So this upgrade's 185. It goes from 185 to 195. And then... what the... It goes up by 10k, and then it goes up by 30k, and then it goes up by 10k again. Alright, there's no way I can... there's not a pattern. And then it goes up by 15... what? There's no pattern to that I can think of. So, no quick maths. Let's call it... bro, I don't even know. 315,000. That's crazy. Let's go spend some bubbles, I guess. Sea urchin. Increase maximum number of sea urchins. Okay, we can get some sea urchins. And we can, reduce their delay between pops, I guess. Get a couple more pufferfish going. Pop more bubbles per chain. And max multiplier. Okay, so now we can... yeah, the pufferfish are cheap. We can max those guys out. And then, let's see. What do we have for pufferfish upgrades? That's pretty expensive. So I can only assume that that is, like, again, a money multiplier. So whenever they pop a bubble, it's probably worth more. So again, at some point, it'll be worth it for me to just not pop them myself. Like right now, we gain more money, like, quickly by me popping the bubbles. But I have a feeling it'll be much quicker to earn income when all the other guys are... the sea urchins and the pufferfish and the guppies and all of that when they're doing the popping, but we'll see. Right, we're up to 83 guppies. And I have no idea how much we're going to need to max those out. That's crazy. 2.1 million for a single sea urchin is kind of wild too. Maybe we should just buy more bubbles. We could do that, actually. They get so expensive though. Like, if we were to go buy... let's see, if we were to raise our maximum gold... let's see, that's income... income cap... What's the maximum number... here, maximum number of bubbles. Alright, so that guy's up there, and we'll reduce their cooldown, and may as well get that too, I guess. Spend the bubbles. So yeah, 240k, 260, 305, 325... It's so wild. Huh. Guess we'll add in a couple of platinum bubbles. At some point, we're gonna have so many things. Yeah, we already have to scroll, so I kind of want to just get these off of my screen, but it seems wild to spend $1 million on a copper bubble that's not worth anywhere near as much as like a ruby bubble that's a third of its cost, you know what I mean? But here we are. The next copper bubble upgrade is going to be $1 million. That's insane. It's actually insane, but it's okay. We earn money fast, and I've got all the time in the world to just sit here and pop bubbles. And then look at the cute little pufferfish. Look at him go. He's so cute. Alright, I tell you what, let's do another save up. We got 5 more copper bubbles to buy, so I'll save up like, I don't know, $6 or $7 million, I guess, and we'll try and max out the copper bubbles. I'll be back. So I was just kind of paying attention to the money go up while I was sitting here saving up this $7 million almost. And the money goes up about the same at this point as if I pop them manually. Like, obviously, if the screen's flooded with bubbles and I do this, like, the money goes up faster. And it's going up, I mean, it's about the same. It's pretty close, because once the here's what I'm thinking is happening. Once the bubbles merge, it makes the bubbles worth more. So that when the guppy or the pufferfish pops the bubble, it's getting, that bigger number is getting multiplied by the multiplier of that particular sea creature. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's about the same, but I can't help myself. I'm still just sitting here popping bubbles. Either way, let's see if we can get rid of this copper bubble off of my tree. And there we go. It's no longer in the shop. I don't know what to focus on next, though. I mean, common sense says, you know, try to get that off the screen, but I guess we could still just go for the guppies. They're relatively cheap. Especially compared to like the golden bubbles or the silver bubbles. So, maybe we go for those guys, and we got all their upgrades, right? Like, we got all the guppy upgrades. Yeah, those are maxed out. All right, well, I guess let's focus on the silver stuff. Fish gains speed when targeting this bubble. Oh, okay. All right, we'll max that out. Okay, we'll get the bubbles merging. And then reduce the delay between pops. Sure. There we go, that's the maxed out. And now we can raise the income level so they're worth more. And stock capacity is maxed out. There we go. And that's every silver upgrade. And what else do we have here? Anything fun? We can make those bubbles merge. Grants bonus oxygen on popping. Oh, okay. Alright, well that's worth maxing out, I guess. So we're going to focus on that one next. 600,000 oxygen, which, I mean, if we sit here long enough, it'll just come with all the guys in the background doing their thing. Yeah, and there we go. 750,000 for the next upgrade of that. Alright, let's increase the income as well. Alright, the income is maxed out. Okay, so 750,000. Alright, well I guess let's spend some time increasing the income of these guys. Let's see, yeah, because increasing the income is actually cheaper than buying new bubbles. So we'll do that. And now the income is more expensive than buying new bubbles. May as well get the multiplier for that, because that can chain react, right? So like the pufferfish can pop the bullet bubble, and the bullet bubble can pop other bubbles, and maybe that just makes an entire multiplier chain like worth it. We can increase silver income, and I guess we can buy some more silver bubbles, and then we're out. I would like a thing that just pops the whole screen at once, because I kind of just want to see the creatures in the background that we unlock when we get to that point. Like, I just want to see all the creatures. Like, it's kind of like what's a good way to explain? Like, if you're squeegeeing a window, like a car window, right? You get all these raindrops on the window, and then it's just such a good, satisfying feeling to just grab the squeegee and wipe it all down. But this is more like I'm squeegeeing a window and wiping the water off of it in the rain. So rain is still dropping on it. I'm basically just a manual windshield wiper at that point. So it feels like I'm getting nothing accomplished. I just want to do one full swipe and clean the whole screen. But man, it doesn't take up any time at all to earn money, huh? Alright, let's buy some more silver bubbles. They're pretty cheap. We'll stock up on those guys. We'll buy another platinum bubble, and then let's spend our points on more bonus oxygen. That's maxed out. Reduce delay between pops. We've got one more upgrade there to buy. 3 upgrades there, and 5 upgrades there to buy. So we're not too far away. There we go. And now the golden bubbles can merge as well. So that'll make their multipliers go up even faster. Alright, so let's look for just a moment and see what we're working with. If I'm manually popping the bubbles as fast as I can, let's look at the money earned on the right side of the screen. 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now let's put the mouse away and let the bubbles be popped by the fish, and let's see. 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit slower right now, right? But once we get more fish and more guppies, and some bullets too, right? That number is going to be, like, look at it now. It's already going up faster than I would do it. Look at that number go. Yeah, it's already faster, I think, for me to not pop them myself because of the merge mechanics and everything else. So I just sit here and wait, I guess. Okay, well, we've got a few million oxygen we could spend on, I guess, let's see, delay is maxed out. Get the bubble merge going, and capacity. 2 more upgrades there. 1 more upgrade there. Okay. So I could just sit back and focus on buying that. I want to buy more pufferfish, actually. I like the pufferfish. Where'd those guys go? Right here? There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Reduce the delay between pops. Nope. Another pufferfish. Okay. So now I can buy 2 more. There we go. 2 more of those guys going. And let's increase their multiplier. There we go. So it's 2.25 times multiplier right now. So I can only assume that when they pop a bubble, it's worth 2.25 times what the bubble is worth. And if they happen to pop a bubble that's merged, where its value's increased, right? You see where I'm getting with this? I know I've already explained it, but I think that's how it works. So we can get another pufferfish, and we can reduce their cooldown a little bit more. There we go. 4 upgrades left on that one. Oh, did I not actually buy another pufferfish? Oh, no, I did. That's the upgrades. There we go. Another pufferfish. We could buy our first sea urchin. Let's see what that's about. Got the achievement for unlocking the sea urchin. Oh, there it is. It's just kind of floating around, doing its thing. Look at him go. Oh, he floats off the screen. So he's basically acting like the swordfish. He's kind of like a slower swordfish. Yeah, that swordfish zooms, don't it? I kind of like the slower sea urchin, honestly. So I'm assuming, oops, I bought a platinum bubble by accident. I'm assuming the sea urchin will have some upgrades as well. That's the swordfish. That's the sea urchin. Cooldown. Sure, I guess. We'll grab one there. Pop more bubbles before chain cooldown. There we go. So he could buy more now before deflating. And we can get an extra one, and we reduced his cooldown. So let's go buy another pufferfish. There we go. The pufferfish so far are my favorite. Like, the guppies are pretty, which they don't really look like guppies. They look like beta fish, but whatever. That's just me. They look like a beta fish. But the beta fish are prettier, but the pufferfish are just so dang cute. I mean, look at them. Oh, we could buy another guppy. Oh, there we go. We maxed out the guppies. Okay, cool. Now we have one thing that we can scroll back and forth. So we need to knock something else off the list. Maybe bullet bubbles, I guess. We already maxed out all the bullet bubble stuff, so it's just a matter of buying them. And there we go. Now we can no longer scroll. Our list is stable. We can upgrade their multiplier. There we go. Multiplier is maxed out. We can increase the income. We got 1.27 million. Is that something I want to focus on? Yeah, probably. We've got so many silver bubbles. Let's increase the income for silver bubbles. So we can get one more here. There we go. And that's actually maxed. That's right, because we maxed out the entire silver tree, didn't we? We didn't max out the copper tree, though. What am I doing with my life? All right, let's let the copper bubbles merge, because I'm an idiot and missed those. There we go. Okay, so the purple bubbles maxed, the copper is maxed, the silver is maxed, and the gold is almost maxed. So we'll make them merge more, and we need 2 upgrades here. There we go. Now all the gold stuff's maxed. So if we focus on gold income and get that as high as we possibly can, and then buying more golden bubbles, we'll make more income than ever before. So I tell you what, let's save up a little bit more money, and we'll come back and we'll just buy a whole bunch of stuff at once. Try and focus on the gold, I guess. Let me buy one more gold upgrade. There we go. Okay, I'll pause the recording and we'll be back to buy a bunch more stuff. Okay, I did not realize we had that much money saved up. I was alt-tabbed responding to YouTube comments and talking to people in the Nerfed Reflexes Discord, which, by the way, if you haven't joined the Nerfed Reflexes Discord yet, you should, because it's full of really wonderful, honestly, some of the best people in the world. They're wholesome and loving and caring, and they're encouraging each other to keep doing the things they love. It's a really fantastic community that we've built, and I love being a part of it. But anyways, I was talking to some people in there, and I got a little distracted. And we saved up 46 million dollars and 31 million oxygen. So let's spend that. Let's try and knock out these silver bubbles. See how far that goes. Oh, there we go. We got through all the silver bubbles. And we got all the silver bubble income upgrades. So I guess let's work on the gold bubbles next. See how far we can get. Not very far, but that's fine. 1 point in the income, and then let's see what we could spend our 33 million oxygen on. Probably on more pufferfish. Let's see how many of these we can add. There we go. We maxed out the number of pufferfish we can buy. We can reduce we've maxed out their cooldown. And we've got their multiplier maxed out. So let's see. Can we afford to buy all of the pufferfish? Yep, that's it. Now we've got 12 of those little guys. Look at them all go. Boy, they are doing their thing, aren't they? Alright, let's increase their multiplier. Oh, that's going to get expensive. Yeah, that's going to get real expensive, huh? Okay, well, we got something to focus on, I guess. We can add more sea urchins. We'll do that. And I guess we can reduce the cooldown on the swordfish since we had the money for it. And we could do that again. Yep. Little guy, do his thing. And then we need to buy the sea urchins. Oh, they're 4.75 million each. Okay, well, that's fine. But, yeah, so I've got, by popular demand, at least in last night's Discord channel conversation, we started sharing music that we all like, right? And one of my favorite artists is like Shinedown. So like anything in that genre, you know, Breaking Benjamin, Avenged Sevenfold, Five Finger Death Punch, like that's my favorite genre. But I do listen to like every type of music. I'll listen to classical and jazz and basically everything but rap for some reason. For me, like, it either has to have really good vocal talent, vocal range in the music, you know, like going in different registers, the music has to tell a story, like that kind of thing, or there has to be no vocals at all. if you're just doing like the mumble rap or typical rapping, like the monotony of it, right? The monotone of the voice is what turns me off of it. So I don't typically listen to that, but there is some that I listen to. But anyways, we made a new channel in the Discord by popular demand on music recommendations. So people have been in there just popping off, recommending all kinds of different artists I've never heard of before that are really cool. Matter of fact, one of them, obviously I recommended, one of my friends has a channel on Spotify, Matthew R. Wood, and his music is, if you like the tone quality of like Aaron Lewis, right, when he was like in Stained specifically, not the newer country stuff that he's doing, that's kind of what he reminds me of with his like vocal style. His voice is much deeper though, Matthew's voice. But anyways, I recommended that, and then another person in the Discord recommended one of their friends that they know, and their music is more, how would I... Falling in Reverse is probably the best thing that I can think of right now off the top of my head that they sound like. Here, while this is popping, let me see if I can find... I can't remember the name of the band. I did follow them on my Spotify. I can't remember the name though. I'm in the wrong Discord channel. Hold on. I'll be able to find them here in just a second. If I just keep scrolling. Wow, this conversation went on and on. Holy moly. Oh, that's where I recommended someone listen to A Little Piece of Heaven. That's a fun song. After Dusk. There they are. So that band, After Dusk, is very like Falling in Reverse, right? They're the ones that did that song, I'm not a vampire, but I feel like one. Anyways, that's kind of what they remind me of. They have a mix between like slow and melodic tones in the vocal style, and then very upbeat screamo type stuff all wrapped into one. So that's, I feel like a fair comparison. Anyways, yeah, I listened to the stuff that After Dusk has on Spotify, and pretty solid. They have like 5,000 or 6,000 followers as well, so they're doing something right. Kudos to them. Good job. Where are we at? $40 million already? Okay. What do we want to focus on? The pufferfish multiplier? Yeah, I guess. We got the 17 on that. Okay. And then we can buy more gold bubbles. And to the skill tree. Alright, we can buy more sea urchins and reduce their cooldown. And that's all of our money. Okay. And we need $6 million to buy the next sea urchin. Oh, that's what we were saving our money for. That's right, we were saving them for the sea urchins. I might have forgotten about that. Okay, well, there we go. There's another one. The more sea urchins we buy, the more money they make. But they're like, there wasn't a multiplier for them, was there? Oh, I guess there is. So is that... Oh, here we go. 16.5 million? Okay, maybe we don't go all in on the sea urchins next. Maybe we just focus on buying some more bubbles. We haven't even bought our first diamond bubble. I guess we can. Obsidian bubbles after that. So that should have unlocked diamond bubbles in the skill tree. So, oh, we didn't even go... Okay, emerald bubble. Just because I want to see what upgrades they are capable of. Because, like, each one of these bubbles offered, like, different things, right? Extra multiplier if popped by a weapon bubble. Okay, sure. Why not? This gives cooldown. This gives merge. We'll give them the ability to merge. That's stock capacity. Okay, so the emerald bubbles reduce the delay between pops. Consecutive pierce pops gain higher multipliers. Sure, whatever. I'll buy a couple of those. And we'll give them the ability to merge as well. Oh, gain more oxygen. We're gonna want that, huh? Okay. Well, let's, I want to max that out. I don't know if we can, though. Let's see. Oh, actually? Okay, so now emerald bubbles are maxed out. We don't have a whole lot of them, though, right? We've got 17 of them. Alright, let's just buy as many as we can. Yeah, see how far that went. Okay. And then now let's take a look at the Ruby Rubbles. Ruby Rubbles? Ruby Bubbles. Let's see what they got. Cooldown. Popping grants a massive bonus gain. Okay, sure. We'll put a point into that. We'll give them the ability to merge as well. Gain more oxygen. We're going to want to max that one out. And then increase capacity. Okay, well, we're going to want to max out the oxygen. We've only got one upgrade left, so in no time at all, we'll be able to buy that. Alright. And then just buy more gold bubbles, I guess, as we can. I should probably also save up for the next sea urchin, but $10 million... I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Also, maybe we just split it out. Mainly because of the oxygen upgrades. Right? We've got the oxygen upgrades maxed for these guys, and now for the ruby. So because of that, maybe actually the play is to just once again buy the cheapest ones. So we'll just kind of level everybody out until they cost about the same. 230k, there we go. So basically whenever a bubble lights up that it's buyable, we'll purchase it. Like that, until they're all about the same cost, I guess. Because I mean the higher level ones anyways, like, give way more oxygen and stuff, so I feel like it's worth it in my opinion. The more of the ones we have that give like a ton, like exponentially more oxygen, I feel like it is better, so that we can get more upgrades. And they are coming faster. Alright, let's take a look at Sapphire Bubbles. Let's see what they get. We can give them the ability to merge, which I don't think is worth it because there's so few of them. Yeah, we've only got 3 of them. So the likelihood of them being able to merge is probably next to none. Yeah, because I think bubbles can only merge with themselves. So like only gold bubbles can merge with gold bubbles. But anyways, significantly boost merge rewards. Reduce the delay between pops. Gain more oxygen. Increase stock capacity. Alright, well, we'll pump up the oxygen yields as always. And just for funsies, we'll take a look at the diamond upgrades and the obsidian upgrades. And what's next? A void bubble. That's expensive. Okay, we'll worry about the void bubble later. Alright, so this is hook pops grant huge bonuses. Okay, I right-clicked, and I think that puts all of your points into it. I wish I would have known that beforehand. Interesting, so if I right-click this guy... No, it didn't buy them all at once. Oh, but you can hold down the mouse button. Oh... Okay. I wish I would have done that with the oxygen one, but whatever. Which means we could probably do it with these guys too. So if I was to buy like, what's relatively cheap here? Platinum income if I'm to hold it down? Oh yeah. Okay, I should have tried that sooner. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, that's on me. We've got the money. Let's buy a couple of sea urchins. We're at 5 out of 6. And now let's focus on these guys. Alright. Let's save up some more money, and we'll do a massive buy-off again after buying another diamond bubble. Okay. Alright. 1 mental reset and 1 shower later, and we're up to $362 million. And 470 million oxygen. So we could buy some upgrades. I tell you what, first let's try and get... Oh, there we go. I bought enough bubbles that our screen expanded. And, oh, there we go. I maxed out the gold bubbles that we could buy. And accidentally bought a couple of platinum upgrades. Alright, that's maxed now. Now we need to work on gold income. That is now maxed. Oh, yeah, that's right. We could buy sea urchin multiplier. We should probably... Yeah, we should probably buy those. Honestly. And then we can spend our almost $500 million in the skill tree, which let's maybe go for. Actually, hold on. Let's work on all the, make sure we got all the oxygen stuff first. There we go. So we'll get that guy. That's maxed out. And then we're not even on obsidian yet. I don't know. What do I want to spend my points on? More swordfish stuff? What's the, let's see. Sea urchin is 16.5 million. And for another swordfish, it's only 3. So let's grab a few swordfish, and then we'll give them a couple multiplier levels, and maybe we'll max out the, there we go, we maxed out the delay, and maybe we max out the cooldown rate for the urchins as well. Yep, we sure can, and we still have 300 million left over. Okay, sounds good. Then I guess let's focus the rest of our upgrades into everything else, like platinum. See if we can get all the platinum upgrades. There we go. There we go. Platinum's maxed out. Now we can work on emerald. Oh yeah, I forgot I can just hold the button in. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. Just being able to hold that in. Platinum is done. Now we can work on ruby. Oh, and are we going to have enough to max it out? Oh, just barely. We only have 50 million left over. Only. But yeah. Alright, let's go for, cooldown, I guess. And that's about all we can afford. And there we go. That's all of our money. All gone. Well, oxygen. But now, we can buy other things, like, more, we can get a swordfish multiplier. And then maybe buy some more swordfish. There we go. The next one costs 12 million. And we'll spend the rest in platinum bubbles. Yeah, so if you've made it this far into the video, I guess I can explain to you what my little mental reset is. It's something I've been doing now for a while, and it's something that I try to do every day. Sometimes I forget. I got so wrapped up in this game because I've been playing it for a very long time at this point. So I didn't do it during the day, and I didn't think about it, but I did it at night. So what I like to do is I like to just go outside, right? Leave my phone inside, don't take any electronic devices at all, no Walkman, right? No earpods, nothing, and just go outside, right? Essentially touch grass, so to speak. But I like to focus on nothing, if that makes any sense at all. And I start with your 5 senses. So what do I see? Well, in my particular case, because it's nighttime, it was a fairly cloudless sky. I got to look up and see Orion, just sitting there, chilling in the sky, like he has been for a very long time. And there wasn't much moonlight, so I couldn't really see a whole lot. Some of it kind of danced around between the pecan tree leaves, and there were a couple of lights in the distance from like people's houses and stuff like that. But I mean, it wasn't pitch black, but there wasn't like a whole lot of vibrance to see, if that makes sense. It was mainly just stars. So I start with that, and then I think about, okay, taste. What am I tasting? Right? Maybe you're smoking a cigarette, so you can taste the flavor of the menthol or tobacco or whatever. Maybe you're vaping. Maybe you ate some cheesecake a couple of hours ago. Maybe you just drank some water and cleansed your palate. Just think about, what does your mouth taste like right now? Right? And then it's like, okay, what am I feeling? Well, as I walked along in the property, I could feel the cold grass brushing against my ankles and my toes because I was wearing sandals. I could feel the cool breeze. The sun wasn't out, obviously, so it wasn't hot outside, but I could feel the cool, humid wind blowing across my skin. Right? What do you hear? Well, in my case, again, because it was nighttime, I could hear the crickets chirping, going crazy. I could hear the cicadas. I could hear our goats moving around, being dumb. Couldn't hear the chickens because it's sleepy time and they're all up roosting. But, you know, just listen. What do you hear? Right? Just go through all of your 5 senses and just kind of be in the moment. Right? You've had the hustle and bustle of your daily life going all day long, and you just kind of need a reset. And that kind of helps with that. To just literally focus on being in the moment and forcing yourself to not focus on anything else and try not to think about anything else. Don't think about deadlines that you might have. Don't think about what you're going to cook for dinner. Don't think about what your kids are doing at school. Don't think about, anything. Just think about you in that moment. And if you struggle on that, like I said, just kind of go through the list of all 5 of your senses. What do you taste, hear, see, smell, right? What do you feel? Do you feel a silk blouse on you, or maybe the denim on your legs? Whatever it may be, right? And just try and do that for like 5 minutes a day, and you'd be surprised. Like, even if you're not a smoker, right? You could still, if you're at work, you can go outside and take a smoke break, so to speak. Maybe you've got a retention pond, at wherever you work at. Maybe just walk down to the retention pond, stare at the ducks, stare at the minnows, and just try and be in that moment. And that kind of like does a mental reset. And you'll be surprised at how much more efficient you'll be when you get back to work. Like, let's say it's a work day, right? And you were working and you went out on a lunch break or whatever and tried to do this little mental reset hack, thing that I'm telling you about that I do. When you get back inside after doing that, you will be so focused. Like, the littlest things won't distract you as frequently. Like, it's insane how well it works. And it works wonders. So that's something that I just try to do every single day. And it's something you can do when you're in the shower too. It doesn't work quite as well, but maybe the scent of your body wash, maybe you can feel the bubbles in your hands as you're scrubbing your hair, or the feel of like the loofah or the cloth in your hands, right? Stuff like that. The sound of the water hitting the shower curtain or the wall. Maybe you have a glass shower curtain or a shower door. Maybe the feeling, like just focusing on the feeling of the water running down your body instead of just being in the shower to scrub and shower, right? Think about what it feels like with every little stream of water and water droplet trickling down your body. I'm not saying you have to do this, right? And there's plenty of other different things. Like, I've heard of people doing like where they stare at the wall for like 10 minutes or something like that and try to like focus on nothing. Like, I'm sure stuff like that works too. I don't know that I could bring myself to stare at a wall for 10 minutes or half of an hour, but what I do works because it gives you like a little task list, right? Like, you don't have to think of nothing because it's really hard, especially for me, for my brain to do nothing, right? Like, my brain is always going 100 million miles an hour, so I have to give it something to focus on. Otherwise, I can't relax. So if I do like what I said, where I focus on what am I hearing, what am I feeling, what am I smelling? Oh, the grass was just cut. I smell fresh cut grass. I smell sheep poop. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it may be. Maybe it's spring and the flowers are blooming and you could smell the scent of, azaleas, or maybe your magnolia trees are in bloom and you could smell your magnolia trees. Like, whatever it may be, just telling your brain to focus on something helps it forget everything else. And it's just so calming and relaxing, kind of like popping all of these bubbles. So let's go to the skill tree and let's buy some more upgrades. I guess we can work on the platinum stuff. So let's go for give them the ability to merge the sapphires and hyper merge. Max that out. Max that out. Max out the delay. There we go. Most of that's maxed out. So now we can spend 187 million on something. We could buy like 2 or 3 swordfish. I don't know if that's worth it, maybe? No, let's buy more bubbles. We need more bubbles. Let's go for... I guess let's focus on these guys. These 3. So maybe by... I don't know, just hold down the mouse button. See how far we can get. And about that far. Wow, it does not take long at all for that money to disappear, huh? Wow. That's wild. Okay. Anyways, yeah, if you're still awake and you heard my explanation of my little mental reset that I do, feel free to call me crazy in the comments, or, you know, if you think about it tomorrow, try it out for yourself and come back and let me know. Like, did it work for you? Or maybe you got some other relaxation tips that work for you. I will tell you, sometimes I have a really hard time falling asleep because, like I said, my brain goes a million miles an hour. Sometimes I'm able to just put on a YouTube video, like Dangerously Funny or something like that, and just fall asleep to them, you know, playing whatever mindless game like I'm playing right now, right? And sometimes that helps, but sometimes I can't get my brain to like deactivate. So something that I do rarely, maybe like twice a month. So I guess it's not really rarely, it's more like occasionally, but you get the gist. But something that helps me sleep is kind of in the same vein as my mental reset trick. And this is going to sound really weird, okay? But it helps. It really does. What I do is I try to force myself to think about nothing. And it's aggravating at first when you first do it. It's really, for me anyways, because my brain, like I said, is always firing off. It's always going. So when you first do it, it gets really frustrating. But what I try to do is I try to just think white. Only white, right? Just, I'm imagining, I can't remember the movie now, but there was a movie, maybe it was Bruce Almighty or something. But like there's a scene in a movie where someone was like talking to God, and God was, oh, what's that guy's name? I can't remember the actor's name now, but anyways, he was like wearing all white, like an all white suit, and it was just like a white room, like everything was white. Kind of like that. I just imagine like a white chair in a white room with white walls and a white floor and a white ceiling, no light source, just everything white. And I imagine myself sitting in that chair of this entirely white room. And then as an image pops into my head, I forcefully tell myself, no, stop, only white. Think only white. And it's frustrating. It is very frustrating because it is so hard to not think about anything and just focus on white. But if you do that, if you can manage to pull it off and say, nope, anytime any other color, you know, maybe you get a swath of blue come across the screen, or a streak of red, or a dot of silver, or something like that, right? Just like, nope, white. White only, right? And imagine yourself sitting in this white chair in a white room, surrounded by nothing but whiteness. Just emptiness. Just blank. Right? And it could be any other color, I guess. You know, it gives you one thing to focus on, and that's the color, I think, is the reason why it works. Right? I suppose it could technically work with anything if you said like a different color, or maybe only think of the number 3, or only think of an egg or something, you know, like whatever it is, just like one thing to focus on. But for me, the color white works. After a few minutes of me forcing myself to say, nope, don't think about the comment section of YouTube. Nope, don't think about your next upload. Don't think about writing thumbnails. Don't think about whose birthday's coming up. Think only white. And after a couple minutes of doing that, before you know it, you wake up the next day. Like, it's incredible. Like, holy crap, I got such a good night's sleep. Like, what happened? Otherwise, if I don't do that, like on those nights where it's like really, really bad, I will literally stay up all night and never go to sleep. And then sometime, you know, in the middle of the day, the next day, I will pass out and make my sleeping schedule even worse than it is. But, alright, let's buy a few more upgrades. What do we got? We'll max out the sapphire stuff. I I feel like I should probably buy some more of this stuff over here, honestly. We can't even afford this stuff, though, is the problem. I was kind of hoping more things would unlock. And I don't know what we gotta do to unlock those guys. Maybe let's buy... What's the next bubble? Obsidian? Void? Cosmic? Oh, that's 110 million. Alright, well, maybe that'll unlock some new stuff in the tree? Or... maybe not. Okay, well, let's focus on these guys, I guess. We'll max out the sea urchins. Their multiplier, even though we're not going to be able to afford this stuff at all. And that's about as far as we can go. We'll buy as many sea urchins as we can, which was 1. Okay. And pufferfish multiplier, and then... there we go. I guess that. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while, but I am not stopping until this game is 100%. So strap in. We're gonna be here a while. But I tell you what, I am gonna pause the game again, and I'm probably gonna go like AFK from this game for like, I don't know, maybe an hour or something like that. But I think my friend is in Discord. He is. So I'm gonna join my friend and maybe play a couple of games with him, and then we'll be back to buy some more upgrades. Alright, and we back. I swapped over to play some Hearthstone Battlegrounds with my buddy, and I realized after the first game, I happened to look up in OBS and seen that as I was moving around in OBS, so was my cursor in Battlegrounds. My cursor was in this game too. So long story short, we're up to 2 billion gold. I may have accidentally bought some upgrades. I'm not sure which ones because my mouse cursor was active. It looks like we've maxed out the urchins and the swordfish. Yeah, probably anything that was at the bottom, I guess, kind of makes sense because in Battlegrounds I kind of just like click on the screen in that area. So anything that was down here probably got bought up a little bit, but that's okay. Let's what do we even focus on at this point? It's kind of exciting. I guess let's go to the skill tree and let's max out swordfish. Yeah, let's just max all this out. 2 upgrades there, 2 upgrades there. Okay. And I guess we'll just go in order. So diamond, all the diamond stuff's getting maxed out. Cooldown rates. The hook now gives a 225% bonus whenever the hook pops. Diamond bubble merge is 2500%. And we have maxed out how many we can buy. And then we'll go with the obsidian bubbles, cash, merge, oxygen yield. We'll max that one out. Stock capacity. And, oh yeah, let's reduce the delay. We'll max that out first. Actually, we've got so much money, we just max all of this out. Yeah, we have billions somehow. Okay. Void bubble is bought. Oh, that got very expensive. And the cosmic bubble, yeah, we'll buy. Oh, okay, there we go. We unlocked some new stuff. All right, what do we got over here? Let's focus on this stuff. Bullet bubble is now directly increases. Wait. Bullet bubble power up directly increases overall damage. Okay, that's maxed out because that's awesome. We can get a bomb bubble for 2.1 billion. That's kind of crazy. Zone potency. Increase the damage dealt within the pop area. That I'll buy because I want to see what else it... Reset for a new era of massive growth. I don't want to do that. Guppy power up directly increases overall damage. We bought as much of that as we could, and now we're basically broke. Alright, let's, well, in the oxygen department anyways. So let's go buy... Pupple bubble squared. Interesting. Alright, well let's buy... There, we maxed out the swordfish. Let's get the multipliers going. So let's see how many sea urchin multipliers we can get. About that many. That is so expensive. That's crazy. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess for the fun of it, we'll buy a cosmic bubble because we can, and the rest of it we'll throw... Oh, I don't know. And platinum bubbles. Try and get that off the list. And then we'll just spread out the money wherever we can get it. Okay, so now we've got a cosmic bubble somewhere. I could not begin to tell you how much it's worth. At this point, the cash numbers are like rarely ever appearing on the screen compared to how many bubbles are actually getting popped. Oh, that's a lot of swordfish. Look at them go. I'm just trying to like clear the screen so we can see what's going on in the background. That would be a nice option. Like if I can go into the settings somewhere and just like visually turn off the bubbles, that would be kind of nice to see, because at this point, like, me popping bubbles, I think is actually hurting us as far as income growth anyways. So it'd be nice to kind of just see all the sea life running around, I suppose. We sure do earn money in a hurry, though. That's kind of crazy. I guess we can go in on some platinum income, because we have a lot of platinum bubbles. So let's throw some upgrades into that. We're up to 20 now. Oh, it tells me. It tells me how much the bubbles are worth right here. Okay, I didn't know that. There's going to be some comments in the comment section, I guarantee it, saying, "Austin, open up your eyes, you big dum-dum." Huh. Okay. Well, the platinum bubbles are currently worth $2,200. The emerald bubbles are worth 1.28. The rubies are worth 1.96. Yeah. The obsidian bubbles are worth 52,000. The void bubbles are worth 150,000. And the cosmic bubbles are worth 470,000. We should buy some cosmic bubbles whenever we get the money for it. I guess let's buy another void bubble, because those guys are worth something. Look, we've got 1 billion. We just spent all of our points and we've already got 1 billion oxygen. That's wild. Alright, well, what else can we get? Pupple bubble squared, income cap, or Pupple bubble overflow plop, +1 excess damage is transferred to nearby bubbles. Sure, why not? That was a lot of currency to buy that one upgrade. Kind of insane, actually. This skill tree keeps going up this way and that way. I wonder if this is going to make a shape when it's all said and done. Huh. Reset a new era of massive growth. That's probably like a prestige thing, huh? Probably something we want to focus on. Well, we'll see how far we can get in this video. Because now that I know that the game is like this, I didn't think there would be prestiging. When a game wants you to prestige, it's usually in your best interest to do so. Because the power-ups that you get from prestiging are typically worth it. Interesting. I will give it some thought. But for right now, let's just get more bubbles on the board. Buy a few of those. These are 3 million. We'll buy some of these. Do this again. It's kind of like buying whatever becomes available first and just adding more bubbles to the screen. Yeah. The ruby income is kind of cheap, but we don't have a whole lot of rubies, huh? Well, we've got 40. So let's see, this increases from... Oh, that almost doubles our income, actually. From 1,000 to 2,000. And then 2,000 to... Yeah, so it gives like 1,000 each time. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a... Interesting. Okay. Not bad. I'm glad I noticed that, finally. I am so sure that there are people that were just absolutely mauling that just can't believe that I didn't see that. But I mean, come on guys, look at the screen. There's so much stuff going on. Honestly, most of the time I'm just focused on the cute little pufferfish because they're so adorable with their big old googly eyes. It's they're so stonking cute. That's pretty much where I'm looking most of the time, but there's so many different things going on the screen that hovering over, like I see hovering over these shows nothing, but hovering over the upgrades, and you know, at some point I think I did like notice that, but I was looking at like a something else down here and didn't realize that it showed the income gain for the multipliers. But c'est la vie, it is what it is. So the cheapest bubble we have is 8 million to upgrade. So let's upgrade. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? Yeah, buying more bubbles right now is cheaper than increasing the multipliers, so I guess we could just do that. We'll just buy more bubbles. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Now at an obsidian bubble. There we go. Everything but the platinum bubbles. The platinum bubbles are still really expensive, but everything else is around 15 to 16 million per upgrade. They're all about even. We'll do that for now. And then let's see. Emerald income is only 9 million, so we could put a few points into that, and platinum income as well. Just try and even it all out a little bit. And while we're focusing on that, our oxygen has skyrocketed yet again. I don't know what to focus on, if I'm being completely honest. We should probably buy the bomb bubbles. I bet the bomb bubbles are insane. Yeah, so maybe we save up. We'll come back when we have 2.1 billion. And we'll buy some bomb bubbles. But in the meantime, let's just buy some more upgrades. Emerald income, platinum income. Oh, platinum income is maxed out. Okay, I didn't get to see what it was before it maxed out. You could probably go back and freeze frame it and see. Emerald income is going up 20 million. Okay, so now those are like 20 to 30 million. Now we can come back over here and we level these all up until they cost about 20 to 30 million each. And we just kind of go back and forth that way. Alright, after just a couple of minutes, we got the 2.19 billion we needed to upgrade the bomb. Where is it at? Is it this guy? Here we go. Bomb bubble stock capacity +2. So now we could buy some bombs. Ooh, it's got some upgrades too. Reduce the delay between pops. That's a whole second, so probably worth it. And now we can buy, we cannot buy. We cannot buy a bomb bubble. It costs $675 billion. We are a ways away from that. Alright, so if I buy a Pupple Bubble squared, tightly bound and tricky to bust, the chained bubbles challenge you. That's what the achievement just said. Okay, okay. They did not give us an upgrade in here. Probably because we need to go to the, nope, because we maxed all of those out. Well, I guess we could save up for this guy next. How much is it to buy more Pupple Bubbles? 375 million? Sure. We'll do that, I guess. I am quite curious what this is going to open up to, so we'll focus on that next. And there we go. We have enough to get Pupple Bubble squared overflow pop. So now excess damage is transferred to nearby bubbles. So whenever these guys, I guess we could buy a few of those, pop, they just pop more bubbles. So there's one right there. Okay. It's like a small little AoE. Okay. Not bad. Interesting. Alright, well, at this point, I am quite curious. I guess for the sake of... Oops. For the sake of buying things because we have the money, let's see how far we can get with platinum bubbles. Oh, Well, that almost maxed out. It's close. We're only 4 upgrades away from that. I guess I am entirely curious what happens with this. Reset for a new era. So, most games though, so here's the thing, right? I'm afraid to touch this because most games that have like a prestige thing shows like a prestige currency. And this one doesn't have that. So I don't know. I'm afraid to hit it because if I click it and it doesn't actually do anything but give us like increased resource gain, then we've lost all of this progress. But I guess... Oh, there you go. There's all the platinum bubbles bought. And we already have all of their income upgrades. But I guess curiosity is getting the better of me. Because I want to click it. But there's so many other upgrades that we can get. Alright, well... I guess... let's find out what happens. Okay. So we're stuck with this. We still have all of these upgrades. So do we have to work our way like backwards or now? Reset for a new era of massive growth. We can click it again. Interesting. Okay. Well, hook mastery. Bubbles popped with your hook. Now yield 20 times resources. Oh, we can't... What? We can't get it. Which makes sense, because the bubble, like, around it is red? Usually the bubbles that circle when I hover are green. But it also says it's only 1. It only costs 1 for the upgrade. Oh! We have a new icon up here. A pufferfish icon. Okay. What do we do with that? How do we get the pufferfish icon to go up? Unclear. I mean, we can click this again. So I guess let's see what happens. Start prestige. This will reset your progress in exchange for prestige points. Oh. Oh, okay, so we can go back. We can go back and we no longer have the pufferfish icon. Interesting. We can just see, oh, okay. So doing this will give us 1 pufferfish icon. And then we can buy 1 upgrade. So we would either be able to buy Bubbles Popped with your hook, now yield 20 times the resource, or Bubbles Popped by fish, now yield 10 times the resource. Well, alright, I guess let's do it. And, well, I don't know. Because it doesn't say, like, when I click it, and I click it again, it doesn't say it's giving me... Alright, whatever, let's just do it and see what happens. Nope, it's not gonna let me. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we need to go further into the tree to figure out where we get prestige points from first. Well, I guess let's, increase damage dealt within the pop area. I don't know why we would need that, but we'll buy 1 just to see what happens. Okay, well, like nothing. Well, we've got $2 billion we could spend on, I guess, emerald income. And then we'll buy as many emeralds as we can. We got 87. So our income should go up even more so than ever before. And then we can buy some of the cheaper ones, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we should just focus on the emerald ones. I don't know how much they're worth. Yeah, see, like, for example, the Cosmic is worth $470,000. So why wouldn't I just want to buy the Cosmics, right? Because every one of like these more expensive ones definitely give more income and more resources. I don't know. I don't know what the most optimum, like mathematically optimum way to do things is. I'm relatively new to these types of games. I'm just kind of vibing out, you know? Alright, well, I guess at this point, we'll just let this game run in the background for a while, and I'll try and figure out the prestige thing, and we'll come back to another video and hopefully finish it off. Because right now, I don't know how we're going to get prestige points, and it won't let me click this button. And if I click no, it takes me back here. Right? And as much as I try, I can't buy any of these upgrades at all. Right? I mean, it's weird because if you look at the icon, it shows it's the oxygen icon. It doesn't show that it's the pufferfish icon. But it will not allow me to buy any of these upgrades. So I don't know if something is bugged or what, but I do know since I purchased this game, it has had like 4 updates in the past 2 days. So maybe there's a bug with it and I'm just not aware of it. Interesting. Alright, well we'll buy what we can. And we'll revisit this another time. Okay. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!